You need to leave the studio.
Okay, you can start. Go.
Okay. I will go back and open up the...
Okay, open up a particular student's page. Okay.
Okay,
go.
so I annotate on...
If you can start from like a list of all my students' pages. Okay. Okay, go.
Should we... You want to go out there where there's not...
No, this
Okay.
this is good. Okay, go.
So what you do is just dump the PDFs into iAnnotate. It gives you sort of a document library that you can view either by list or by thumbnails. And then when you click on the one that you want to edit, it pulls it up in another tab. So you can have several tabs open if you want to reference back to things. So looking at... Oops. I'm going to look at it. My stylus is not as precise. So this is a paper that I've edited. You can do highlighting, you can do pencil marks, you can do like a straight line ruler mark, you can add comments, you can create, like they have a stamp library with, you know, different,
Okay.
I can do arrows, I can do check marks, I can do circles, I can do smiley faces. But let's say I want to add a good job stamp, I can do that. Now that's really big. If I wanted to make that smaller, I can move it around. I can add a comment to it. I can delete it, I can pin it. And what's cool too is with the pinch thing, I can zoom in and zoom out. So let's say I want to write a student a comment, but if I just start writing on it, it's going to be kind of big because there's not a lot of precision. But what I could do instead would be to delete that comment. I can zoom in. But when I'm done, just X out,
Okay.
and then when I zoom back in, the student sees it like that. So it actually looks a lot better than it would on a stylus. And then what I can do is just go to the email function.
If you can get back to your grade template again.
Sure, oh yeah. You can create different custom stamps. Like for example, I created a stamp of the categories on the rubric. And then I did create these other stamps with numbers. So each of these, this is a 40-point paper. Each category is worth 8 points. I can say you got an 8 in followed directions, but you only got a 4 in mechanics, 7 in personal voice. And then I can just add their grade here, and that would add it onto the annotated PDF, which then I can email to the student, or I can also send a document as well as a summary. So if the student doesn't have an immediate ability to open up the file, they can still see, you know, on page 4, I said this about, you know, their paper. But what you can do then is just email the document as an attachment. It adds all the annotations and resaves it as a PDF. Add a custom message that you could change with each different assignment. And then if you've uploaded your students' emails into your address book, you just type their name, click on them, and it sends it directly to them.
How did you do the, when you were doing the SP and the awkward? Does that just save I mean, did you just add?
Yeah, what you can do is in the stamp function here.
I still have it. I'm going a little further back.
When I go to the stamp and I'm creating a stamp, there's all these different options. But what I can do is hit plus. And so what I do is I just go to my photo library. And so, you know, I can put anything that I've saved. So, like, that's how I did the little rubric, was I just took the rubric and took a snapshot of it.
Okay.
I tried doing, like, the full rubric, but it was just too small.
Too much, because this is what ours look like, so.
So that way I just kind of made this little custom stamp of that. I actually tried to do, like, this little kind of picture of awkward, but it just seemed to work better to
And then
just
how
write
do
it.
you select it when you're, do you have to go into
So
this?
you can
and
do the
hit-
photo album,
Okay.
or what you can do is you can do an ad. There's a way to just add text as a stamp.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember how.
Well,
I
and then
think I have to go to the
when
bottom.
you're grading, do you have to open this up?
No.
To be, okay, so you just,
What you can
'cause you were
do-
putting it on there so quickly.
is that you create your own toolbars.
Okay.
So I just created my own custom toolbar down here with the stamps that I'm going to use a lot, like
There we go.
no.
Okay, so you would have down here, I could just pull up
I
the
can
like
do like a
awkward.
circle.
Okay. So you can see it, okay.
So awkward spelling.
So whatever, like,
Word
my
choice.
biggest
Those
was like
are the
you have,
three
yeah,
I use the most.
these two, and then mine would be like, what papers by young guys, like quote intros, I could just do QI, and I could just slot that on there.
Yeah, and you just
So you just
create the
create
different
those.
stamps, and then you
English
just,
department, let's do it.
if here where you, under your settings, on your interface, you can create your toolbars, and like,
Somewhere in between.
again, different things like the sharing, that's where you create your default email body,
I like that too.
default email title, you can create different
And
notifications.
the mass upload from Turnitin is.
Well, and
that's
how you get,
awesome.
there's different ways you can
And
get
it
documents,
reads.
which is really cool. So if I have something on a clipboard, I can just import it.
Okay.
I can do a web download. If I have, like for example, with the schedule for this conference, I just clicked on web download. I went to the JSEA website, and then when it notices that there's a PDF, it automatically pulls it in for you. Or you can do this where it's like, download a PDF.
Okay.
Now, if it doesn't find a PDF, it'll say, there's no PDF on this
Okay.
page.
And this is still through iAnnotate then?
This is all in
So you
iAnnotate.
just
Okay.
went into Turnitin.com, and then you.
And what I did was this AG PDF service that comes in with it is you just turn on your Bluetooth and you turn on the Bluetooth on your computer, and then it would show up MacBook. I would just click on that, and I would have a folder on my computer, and it would automatically show up every PDF in that folder. I just click import all, fetch, I guess is what it says, and then it pulls them all right onto there. Now you can do like a single document web download, like if you have a student who didn't do their paper in Word, and so it didn't come in the bulk download like it's a text file. You can do an individual one like that, and you can set up. You can even do it through Dropbox. It looks like.
Okay.
I didn't realize that.
And
That's
then,
new.
and you were saying that on PCs, you can't do the mass upload into
There's
a
a
zip
way,
drive.
but I just don't know how to do it.
Okay, so if our guys might be able to either look into that, or I could
There's
Google
probably
search.
like an automated function of how to do that. And then when I'm done with the paper, I can if I want to reject the changes, I can do that. But see here with these toolbars, like if I say I don't
For a year, I mean, even the students who gave me
say
hell
that
last year. Gave me
I
hell
want to
about
add a
20
button.
times,
So if I want to add
Other than come back.
a new toolbar, I would just say create a new custom toolbar, and then I put the things that I'm using the most.
Yeah.
And I could even do like
I understand, 'cause it is
a
shocking.
blue note means that it's about mechanics, a green
Okay.
note means it's about content,
Go
or
as specific or not as you
create as
want.
specific as you want. You can add a bookmark. But if you do add a stamp annotation, you would just put that there, and then when you're done with your new toolbar, and then you just when you're out of here, then you would just click on that, and
This is what you want it to be.
but you can create it to be a custom one.
Okay.
Or you can just search within here, like
Good for you.
it'll show you all the thumbs up that
Well,
it.
and I think just the mass upload and just it kind of syncing, like that's the online grading. The one thing that just killed me was it added time because I had to upload each one,
Right.
grade it, resave it, re-upload it, and then send it back. And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
It is.
But this,
And what's cool
you
here
just
too is
send
that
it right
it
back.
has functions of how to look at things. So what I can do is say, I only want to see new documents.
okay.
I don't want to see things I've already looked at. I only want to see things that I've already annotated. I only want to see things that are unread. And so that tells me
These are
which
what you haven't
ones I
graded.
still haven't graded because I haven't read them yet. I can duplicate a file if I want to send certain edits to one student, certain edits to another student. Maybe it was a group project. It's probably of all the apps I have, the one I use the most.
They really do.
Just with paper grading, this would, and like with our this year things like sustainability. So this is one way you would just cut down. And what's nice too is they can't pull the printer thing. They can't. I don't have to have a stack sitting on my desk, and you can just sit with this.
And if you have, honestly, you could even.
I'm gonna stop this now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.